When Mom texted me to tell me that my baby sister was about to be born, I nearly dropped my camera out of a tree. I gripped it in one hand, using the other hand to let go of the branch I was braced on and reach for my phone. My foot was wedged against the trunk in a lower branch, which wobbled, showering raindrops onto my friend Rodney below. "Careful," he said. "Don't get your lens wet." I twisted my wrist around so the lens hood faced down. Trying to dry the lens in this tree would be like toweling off while still standing in a shower. Climbing the tree had been a bad idea in the first place, since it had only barely stopped raining, leaving the branches slippery and wet. Sap streaked down the sleeve of my windbreaker. Water seeped through my jeans and sweatshirt, and even through my tennis shoes. If I was at this much longer, I was going to have wet socks as well. Rodney had asked me 3 times if I was sure my shot was worth it. It had better be, or I was going to hear about it for days. Rodney stood below me, looking up through the branches. "Penny," he said, "are you texting up there?" "No," I said. "Just checking. It's from my mom." "Lily's in labor," the message said. "I'm packing for the hospital now." "Right," Rodney said. "I think tree climbing is a non-texting activity, like driving or making out." He was never going to let that go, even though it had been nearly 6 months. "You know, that time was also my mother. She's important too." "Tell me about it," Rodney said. "Mood killer?" I narrowed my eyes at him, but he grinned up at me. I turned my attention back to my phone, partly because Mom really was important, and partly because Rodney told me not to. Mom was packing? She'd only spent the last 2 weeks arranging and rearranging her hospital bag like she was the one who might go into labor at any moment. She'd had a plan, mapped it all out, like an emergency evacuation. Lily would text Mom to let her know that she was at the hospital. If it happened during the day, Mom and Dad would both meet there, then Mom would stay with Lily through her labor, just like Lily asked her to. Dad would be on call to get Mom and Lily anything they needed. My older sister Athena would stay at her dorm and generally pretend that nothing was happening. And I would stay at home, without Rodney.